First two products. I want to introduce you quick fondant that probably some of you already knows. And I would like to go on the details of quick fondant. And we have two versions. The classic one, which comes white like this, and a new version, which is brown like that with the chocolate flavors. Okay? We're gonna discuss it.
Dakle, predstavit ćemo vam danas novi proizvod, to je čokoladni quick fondant. Radit ćemo s ovim klasičnim koji je već kod nas na tržištu neko vrijeme, s ovim klasičnim bijelim. A ja bih vas htjela pitati tko je od vas zapravo radio do sada, ima iskustva sa quick fondanom. Jeste li ga upotrebljivali u svojoj proizvodnji? Super, odlično. Hvala.
So basically this product was born for glazing shoe, for glazing eclair, and things like that, or cupcakes.
Dakle, prvenstveno prva njegova namjena je za glaziranje eklera i princeza.
So this fondant, what is the advantages? It comes softer than the normal ones. As you can see, it's very creamy. That means that it's going to be very easy to heat in the microwave, just in case we add a little water, and then we are going to make our glaze.
Dakle, ono što kolega pokazuje da je prvenstveno je to da je sama tekstura proizvoda vrlo mekana i uz dodatak malo vode i zagrijavanjem u mikrovalnoj možemo ga služiti i kao predjel.
What can I glaze? I can glaze shoe, I can glaze eclair, I can glaze cupcakes.
Dakle, danas će glazirati eklere, šu princeze i mafine.
And one of the advantages is that I can use the quick fondant as it is. Few seconds in a microwave, I just took the white one with a few drops of red.
Dakle, koristio je bijeli fondan uz par kapi roze boje i malo zagrijao u mikrovalnoj i to je to.
So
dakle, vrlo jednostavan za upotrebu. Sorry.
What I'm gonna do now to make a little softer, I can add some water. We usually say from 5 to 30 grams of water to reach the consistency that you are looking for. So,
dakle, da bi dobili malo mekšu konzistenciju, stavljamo od 5 do 30 grama vode. Dakle, sami procijenite koliko vam odgovara i koliko vam se zapravo brzo stišće na samom mafinu ili eklerima ili što već želite glazirati.
Of course, we can scale it, but sometimes I go by experience because, of course, it's very easy to add a little water and to reach.
Dakle, možete ili izvagati ili već po iskustvu znate sami procijeniti koliko je to vode.
If you are doing like that, I don't know who I have in front of me, but if you have a restaurant, catering, if you have your own pastry shop, this product is a freezer stable. So you can glaze everything you like, store in a freezer and nothing happen.
Ono što je fantastično kod ovog proizvoda je to da se može smrzavati. Dakle, Gian kaže zapravo ne zna ko je pred njim, da li su ljudi koji rade u cateringu ili u hotelu ili imate svoje vlastite proizvodnje. Ovo je namjena ovog proizvoda i za sve. Fantastično je da koje god namirnice glazirate možete ih, mogu se zapravo duboko zamrzavati.
So basically now it's almost ready to do what I want to do. And because the product is so creamy, I can use the piping bag because it's not going to be hot in my hands.
S obzirom da je proizvod jako kremast, može koristiti dresir vrećicu, a i nije prevruć pa ga može držati u ruci.
Why I'm going to show you this? Because I could use on the muffins, I could use on the top glazing like that. I could use for decorating cookies.
Dakle, može ga koristiti za glaziranje, između ostaloga, kao što smo nabrojali, i za keksiće.
And then, of course, if you feel that it's too soft, like that, I can balance and put less water. But, as you can see, it's not dropping down, coming very nice, and things like that.
Sami ćete procijeniti koliko vam gusta ili rijetka tekstura treba.
Another advantage is on the fact that when we glaze like that, the product is going to stay crunchy on the top, but soft in the middle.
Ono što je fantastično kod ovog proizvoda je to da će se on izvana stisnuti, a zapravo iznutra će i dalje biti mekan.
Otherwise,
Za razliku od rojala. To je ono što je važno za napomenuti.
we're gonna use the traditional way. We are gonna deepen in.
Dakle, tradicionalni način umakanje, dakle, neće zapravo sa dresir vrećicom po njima,
And that's it.
nego će ih umakati.
Of course, it's a method to use the water that you are looking for the fluidity, and of course, even the temperature. For the eclair, I usually do like this, and I make like that if needed, and I got it. And I'm still on time to clean them up, and got it.
Da, ono što je odlično kod proizvoda zapravo da se vrlo brzo stišće, da se ne cijedi zapravo po samom proizvodu, a i to jako puno ovisi o tome koliko ste ga zgrijali i koliko ste vode dodali.
Ne mora ići na hladno sad da se stisne.
Ne. Ne, na sobnoj temperaturi zapravo evo vidite i sami da on vrlo brzo ostane fiksan i ne ide nikud.
Of course, I did the different options, and you can play with that, okay? What's going on? When I finish, I will just put a little bit cling film under the table, no needs to refrigerate. The day after, I will reheat again and start to work again.
Dakle, quick fondant ne mora ići u frižider, samo će staviti, dakle on je već napravio ovdje neke baze, dakle žutu i plavu, poslije će samo staviti folije preko toga da se ne lovi korica na vrhu i to je to, sutra će zapravo zagrijati i ponovo koristiti.
This is something very easy and clean.
Ovo je nešto vrlo jednostavno i zapravo vrlo čistu radnu površinu imate i dalje možete
Now
funkcionirati.
we move forward. With the same product, what we can do? We can do buttercream. And buttercream, how to make it? Very simple recipe.
Most of them use it already.
You are already using, and I'm really happy about that. I want to focus in some details because sometimes we miss small things, and I will try to answer them the better I can. So what we're gonna do now? We have half a kilo butter.
Sada će napraviti quick fondant. Zna upoznati s tim da ste većina vas već radili time.
We're going
Ali
to
uvijek postoji još neka dodatna pitanja, neki možda dodatni detalji koje niste znali ili niste vidjeli. I on zapravo sad važe pola kile maslaca i half kilos of quick fondant.
half kilo quick fondant. We're gonna do 1 kilo total.
Dakle, isti omjer pola kile masnoće i pola kile quick fondana.
So what is the advantage of quick fondant? Quick fondant has the capacity to get a lot of air inside and comes very smooth because we have no sugar grain inside. That means that the performances on my cakes would be better than usual.
Ono što je odlično kod quick fondana zapravo da se samim miksanjem jako puno zraka ulazi u njega i puno je prozračniji od nekih klasičnih buttercreama i maslaca, krema.
Next step, we are going to beat into the beating machine. Before anything, pay attention on the fat that you are using. And meanwhile it's beating, we are going to discuss what kind of fat is better for you or how to apply.
Dakle, Žan radi sa maslacom i ono što je rekao zapravo da prvenstveno pazite na masnoće koje koristite. On će sad, evo stavit će sad miksat fondan i maslac i obratit će onda pažnju koja masnoća je zapravo najbolja.
That's butter. I usually suggest, of course, to keep up creamy, not melt, not too hard.
Dakle, on koristi maslac da bi bilo kremasto.
Then what I usually do is start to whip. Okay. And then, why I tell you I want to go deeper on the fats? Because quick fondant comes nice with any kind of fat. That could be margarine, that could be butter, good butter, low quality butter, I mean. But for sure, you must find your favorite one.
Dakle, quick fondant uspijeva sa svim vrstama masnoća, da li je u pitanju margarin ili maslac ili manja kvaliteta maslaca, veća kvaliteta, nebitno je. Zapravo ono što on kaže da sami morate pronaći ono što vama najviše odgovara i zapravo za vaše torte, koliko su pogodne za premazivanje, su mekane, su čvršće, to ćete morati sami vidjeti iz iskustva. Pardon, just a second. Ono što kod mene najbolje, ono što se najbolje pokazalo, ja stavljam pola margarina, pola maslaca. dakle u omjeru isto 1:1. To mi je puno stabilnije s obzirom na naše vremenske uvjete ili ne uvjete. Dakle, jako mi je prevruće vani, Dobromir mi je stabilnije. Sami maslac, sama masnoća mi se prebrzo topi ako je samo maslac. Dakle, ja koristim pola-pola, eto, pa sad vi znate što je vama najbolje. Ok, I explain.
When I start to beat the cream, usually in 4 to 5 minutes it's ready. So I start to raise up the speed. And if I can give you a small tip, I usually hit a little bit the edges. This allows the quick fondant to get more air inside and have a smooth buttercream in the end.
Dakle, on ga miksa 3 do 4 minute i ako mu je slučajno, dakle, masnoća ili prečvrsta ili mu je quick fondant pretvrd, on ga još malo zagrijava na ovaj način. Vi možete ili ovako, ili možete opet malo u mikrovalnoj omekšati jedno i drugo. Ja ga osobno pustim i 10-15 minuta da se lupa. Ako mi se ne da prebacivati u zjelu pa u mikrovalnu pa mi je sve to komplicirano, onda ga pustim nek lupa zapravo dok se on ne izmiksa do konzistencije koja meni odgovara. Samim miksanjem je zapravo što je topliji više zraka ulazi u njega i opet je puno kremozniji nego ovoga zapravo u startu kad je sve hladno.
Why I was saying, okay, you have quick fondant that works with everything, but it's extremely important you to find the right fat. Because if you have a look, this one is made with butter, but this cake is made with margarine. And I took from Italy, very low quality margarine. I went to the supermarket, very cheap, but very strong, very hard. And why? Because I did this cake 2-3 days ago before to come over here, okay, and I need to transport, and I want to make sure that it lasts, so I cannot take risks. And I choose the margarine. Of course, the taste is not going to be nice like with butter, but it's different. And these small things makes the difference on the cake that you're going to do.
Zašto kaže da možete koristiti masnoću koju želite? Na ovoj žutoj torti on je radio danas, dakle ovdje ujutro, i koristio je maslac, a ovu crnu je napravio u Italiji i radio je samo sa margarinom. Zašto? Zato jer je stabilniji, termostabilnije, dakle lakše mu podnosi put. Ali ovoga okus naravno nije toliko fin kao što je ova tu sa maslacem. Tako da ćete opet sami procijeniti da li torta mora putovati daleko, da li treba biti stabilna ili si opet možete dozvoliti da bude samo maslac.
So that's the beginning. I could hit a little bit more to have a more airy product, but for making what we're gonna do, it's more than enough. Okay, what I want you to notice is on this. Did you see the difference of color? This butter is an Italian butter, which is more white than this. That means the Italian butter quality is lower than that, by the way. Because in Italy, the better butter we use for making Parmesan cheese, and on the market you find this kind of butter, which is tasty, nice, it's good, but not like that. But in the other hand, a different kind of butter makes the color of our buttercream different. So we must be prepared on the fact that if they are calling for a white cake, the wider we can, we must check in the market if we can find a clear butter instead of the traditional one.
Pretpostavljam da ste i razumjeli, dakle on je napravio quick fondant, dakle ovaj bijeli je napravio sa talijanskim maslacem koji je donio od kuće i ovo je rađeno ovdje sa metrovim, dakle on je više žut. Sad on kaže da je ovaj kao lošije kvalitete, ovaj koji je bijeli, a ovaj žuti da je bolje kvalitete. I zapravo da samim time morate i biti spremni što se tiče tržišta i ljudi kad vam naručuju tortu, ako vam naruče bijelu tortu, morate li istražiti tržište i provjeriti koji je najbijelji maslac ili ih pripremiti da će biti malo žučkasta ili u krajnjoj liniji dodati onu kap ljubičaste mrvicu da vam malo povuče više na sivo nego da je žuto, da ubije zapravo tu žutinu.
But why I'm saying this? Because sometimes you guys at home, in your workplace, you do the buttercream, maybe it doesn't work as you expected, as you see her make the beautiful cakes, and you say, okay, quick fondant is good, but it's not working as I expected. Maybe it's the butter, maybe it's the margarine. So we try to focus on the right things to combine together with quick.
Da zapravo morate sami vidjeti što kod vas najbolje funkcionira. Dakle, i ako vidite kod nekoga da radi sa quick fondanom i ako su vam te torte i super, a kod vas to ne pali, i ne funkcionira, jednostavno morate istražiti koja masnoća vama najbolje odgovara.
Sorry.
No problem.
About the fats, last but not least. When I took that margarine, cheap and low quality, it has a limit. It's very strong. It's going to resist, doesn't matter what the temperature, but it's very airy. When we stop for a while, you can come over and see few tiny bubbles. That comes because of the margarine. And I did the technique, and I will show you later, and I felt immediately that I have these small bubbles. It means that the margarine is fine because of the structure, but it's not the perfect one to combine if I want a perfect cake.
Dakle, na ovoj crnoj torti je je to kombinirao samo sa margarinom, dakle zbog puta i zbog stabilnosti i koristio najjeftiniji margarin na tržištu. I ono što je primijetio na putu, recimo što se dogodilo da su se počeli izbijati te sitne rupice. On kaže da se to događa od margarina, zapravo te kvalitete masnoće kojom se miješa quick fondant.
Question. Do you have any question?
Imate li pitanja?
I have it. I do a question to myself.
What kind of?
Sorry, John, I have some customer asking me if I can do with hazelnut paste, if I can do with pistachio paste, if I can do with colors, if I can do with alcoholics. May I? Can I do that? Yes. Ever. Anytime. Any kind of ingredients. Could be pure chocolate, could be pistachio hazelnut paste, could be rum, no problem.
Dakle, možete kombinirati sa bilo kojim vrstama alkohola ili pasti. Dakle, on će ovdje koristiti lješnjak pastu ili pistačja pastu. Dakle, s čim god želite, sa čokoladom, dakle, sve možete umiješati.
Okay, I'm just doing to show you, we are not gonna do the hazelnut buttercream, but just to show you, can I do it? Yes. Sometimes we have problems putting a little alcoholics inside. I really love rum. The aftertaste of rum in the buttercream make everything clean to me. And so can I put it? Yes, until 20%. That means that I could put in 1 kg 200 grams of rum and still standing.
Dakle, što se tiče alkohola, možete dodati do 20%, dakle, od ukupne mase, ne više, dakle, da bi dalje bilo stabilno. Po njemu se najviše sviđa od alkohola rum, jer zapravo daje jednu višu notu, a malo oplemeniji okus, a ne mijenja samu strukturu. Možete dodati, također on je sada dodao pastu od lješnjaka, rekao je da nećemo sad raditi zapravo cijelu smjesu, ali samo da vidite da može ići unutra zapravo bilo koja pasta koja može oplemeniti sami okus quick fondana.
By the way, of course, with 200 grams of rum in 1 kilo, your customer are gonna get drunk in a second, but...
Dakle, ne želite 20% alkohola stavljati u buttercream, da vam se kupci ne bi napili, ali dakle možete. U visini 20% sve može.
Again, I was doing, may I put some color? Yes, I can. John?
Može, da.
Može.
Može.
Definitely može. I love this word, može. I love it. And yes, you can, sure. And then next question, John, can I put colors? Yes, you can. Any kind. That's another important thing. But I want to share with you what I learned. This is a hydrosoluble, so soluble, water-based color. Can I? Yes. This is gel. Can I? No problem. I have the powder. Can I? Yes. But with the powder, I must melt the powder with a little water first and then put it in to avoid any dots inside, lumps.
Dakle, quick fondant se može bojati bilo kakvim bojama. Ova prva je na bazi vode, ova druga koju ima je gel boja i također se može bojati sa bojama u prahu, iako se one prvo moraju rastvoriti u vodi da vam ne stavlja one sitne točkice. Dakle, da se čim bolje razgradi.
And why I'm telling you this, guys? Because we must manage even the colors. I want to do black. My question, can I use the water soluble? No. Because to get the dark black like that, My big problem is that I need 1 liter of color to reach that shade. So better to go with gel, which is more concentrate, or better to go with the powder, or better to use one more thing. First you translate, then I show it.
Ok, dakle za tamne boje ne preporuča nikako boje na bazi vode jer su prerijetke i jako slabo bojaju quick fondant. On preporuča gel boje, ali naravno ako želimo crnu, treba će nam jedna veća količina, što znate i sami općenito kod tamnih boja, ali on ima još jednu stvar koju vam želi ispričati nakon ovog uvodnog dijela o tamnim bojama. Ok, Jan, so let's hear.
That's the red powder, okay. When I have to make a red or black, I have very small solutions. Powder is 100% color. So I use a few drops of water to dilute, and then I put it into the buttercream, okay.
Kaže da je najbolja solucija su boje u prahu za sve tamne boje. Malo razrijeđene naravno, ali daleko najbolje. Okay.
Nice color. Good job.
Egg yellow.
I was very lucky. I guess you already understand how smooth it is, how much easy it is to work with that. Let's make a step back with the colors. When I say the black and red, because are the two most difficult colors to get, and I say that I prefer to use the powder, but sometimes for making the black, especially the black, I need a lot of color as well. And sometimes for sure it's going to affect on the taste. But you know what I did to reach that shade? I took my dark quick fondant, and the 80% of my job was already done. I just had little black powder, and I had my black buttercream. So I can play with this. Even with the red, I can do the balance 1 kilo butter, 1 kilo this, add some red to reach that shade. We have not so many options, but on the dark colors could be something very helpful instead to put 1 kilo of black.
Dakle, za bojanje crnog buttercreama baza mu je bila čokoladni quick fondant i on kaže da mu je to bilo 80% posla već odrađeno kad je izmiješao čokoladni quick fondant sa masnoćom i dodao boju, jer je prvenstveno problem u tome kod svih intenzivnih boja, dakle tamno plava, tamno smeđa, crna, crvena je to što koliko god boje dodate, a morate je staviti puno da bi postigli nijansu, mijenja okus. Ne samo da mijenja okus, nego i farba sve pred sobom. Dakle, on kaže da uz puno manje boje, a ne promijeni se toliko okus, baza mu je čokoladni quick fondant i također kaže da dakle, u normalnu smjesu quick fondana bijeloga, kad dodaje još ovog čokoladnog i doda crvene boje, može dobiti dakle, ovu crvenu tamniju, kao bordeaux više.
One more thing to add on side of the quick fondant, dark quick fondant. We wrote, and I want to be clear and honest with you because otherwise I'm not here to say bullshit, by the way. And we wrote dark quick fondant, chocolate flavor. What I mean, if I'm going to glaze, and I'm going to show you later, for sure in here, in there, the taste is going to come chocolate flavor. It's going to be a perfect dark, okay? But if I do buttercream, you're going to have a light buttercream chocolate taste, chocolate flavor. We're not talking about something very strong. Why? Because of course, I put 1 kg of this, 1 kg butter, and the final result is going to be that. You can taste later, you feel the chocolate taste, the cocoa chocolate taste, but for sure it's not something very strong.
Dakle, on je ovdje da bude iskren s vama, ne da vam prodaje priču, zapravo žele prvenstveno dobro predstaviti svoje proizvode. Dakle, ovdje imamo i piše tamni, dakle, quick fondant čokoladnog okusa. Dakle, kad ih preljevamo eklere ili mafine, okus će biti čokoladni, ali kada radite buttercream, vrlo zapravo malo se osjeti sama čokolada, osjetite kakao. Ali naravno ne osjeti se tolika količina čokolade. Naglasak je zapravo kod ovih preljeva na boji. A kada se radi kao buttercream za mafine možete dodati naravno i još čokolade, ali ovo je dakle boja koju ćete dobiti, dakle kao što je ovdje prezentirano, to je ta boja koju možete dobiti kad se radi quick fondant.
So, if I want to do a beautiful and amazing chocolate buttercream, what can I tell you? 1 kg of this, 1 kg butter, and 200 grams of chocolate.
Dakle, ako želite dobiti dobar i kvalitetan čokoladni quick fondant, on preporuča kila quick fondana čokoladnog, kila masnoće i 20% čokolade rastopljene unutra.
Then, if you want to do, because you are not taking this one, and if you want to do a nice chocolate buttercream with a white fondant, it's going to be the same ratio, 1 kilo quick fondant white, 1 kilo butter, 400 grams of chocolate, so double chocolate.
Dakle, ako ga radite od bijelog quick fondana i želite dobiti čokoladni, dakle, treba će vam na kilu quick fondana, kilu masnoće, 400 grama čokolade, dakle, duplo više. Kad se radi s ovim tamnim, ide, dakle, 200.
Now, let me find what I cannot find it, because I'm looking for something specific.
How can I help? Imate li možda pitanja za sad? Netko? Nešto?
If I have the chance, I want to show you something. You are not, you are not. Of course, on the beginning, when I was explaining about the time, the working cost, how much does it cost 1 hour of my work or my employer work? In Italy, it costs every minute, it costs 30 euro cents.
Dakle, ono na što on stavlja naglasak, zapravo zašto između ostaloga taj quick fondant, jer nam on daje brzinu. Dakle, koliko košta 1 sat vašeg rada, vašeg zaposlenika u Italiji, 1 minuta, dakle, zaposlenika u kuhinji košta 30 eura. Dakle, samim time se želi ubrzati cijeli proces proizvodnje ovakvih stvari i naravno uštediti i na zaposlenicima i naše vrijeme.
Officially speaking, 30 euro cents. Some people get less, underpaid and things like that. But officially, 1 minute, 0.30 cent.
Aha, 0.30, sorry.
So 30 cent of the euro.
Aha, 30 cent, ok.
30 cent.
30 centi.
And
1 minuta.
this is to me, make me think, because you know why? There was a man that tell me these things and say, okay, I have a driver delivering cakes. When you find the red light on the traffic light and you stop for 2 minutes, you are wasting 60 cents of euro. And this makes to me think that thanks to this, for making buttercream now, I'm doing in 5 minutes, instead to waste 20 minutes or half an hour to do what we usually do in Italy with the Italian meringue. Take the egg whites, take the sugar, beat them together, heat the sugar syrup, check with the thermometer 125, drop it in, wait a minute, put the butter. It's not making crazy, it's good quality buttercream, top buttercream. But it takes, let's say, it's just an example, half an hour. With this, 5 minutes. Same result, maybe better, maybe better. We're gonna discuss about that.
Dakle, kaže ono što već znamo, što pričamo mi cijelo vrijeme od kad smo i krenuli s ovim quick fondanom, da je naglasak na brzini. Niko ne osporava kvalitetu ili meringe ili Swiss meringe, dakle koji god ste radili buttercream. Dakle, za klasičan neki buttercream koji je kod nas uvriježen je nekih pola sata minimalno vam treba, dakle dok zagrijete bjelanjke, rastopite šećer, dok to ulupate, dok to hladi pa dodate masnoću, uglavnom sve to traje sami i onda na kraju imate i proces hlađenja. Dakle, opet sve to traje. Sa quick fondanom naglasak je zapravo da je sve u 5 minuta gotovo. To je ono zapravo o čemu prvenstveno morate razmišljati, da vi ne gubite vrijeme, vaš zaposlenik ne gubi vrijeme i puno ste efektivniji u samom poslu.
After that, I want to discuss about what I can have, because there is another way for making the buttercream, which we usually call the American way. Icing sugar, butter or margarine, you beat them up 5 minutes and you got it.
Dakle, ono što smo nekad, evo i kad sam ja počinjala prije nekih 12-15 godina, ono što smo radili u početku je bio taj američki buttercream i ono što je sve bilo zapravo 1:1. Dakle, 500 grama masnoće, 500 grama šećera u prahu. I
But in the end, what I have? Some sugar grains into, very few volumes, because the icing sugar doesn't get air inside. And so the taste is very heavy. The taste is very heavy. And I don't like this way, because when people buy it, they say that the buttercream is not very nice, I don't like that much. That's the reason why you teach me that here in Croatia you do Swiss meringue. Swiss meringue takes me time, but it comes very nice. We're gonna give you the shortcut, and in the end, we're gonna give you something without egg whites. That's extremely important for the preservation of my cake, for the butters and everything related to the egg whites.
Dakle, kod ovog američkog buttercreama, ono što smo miješali, dakle, šećer u prahu i masnoću i uvijek se u krajnjoj liniji osjeti taj šećer koji se nije niti dovoljno razlupao koliko god da ga lupate. I dalje on bio prečvrst i pretvrd i u principu su ljudi komentirali da im nije fino, jednostavno masnoća je prejaka. Ono što je također naglasak na ovom quick fondanu, osim same njegove brzine, ukusno je vrlo korektan i to što nema jaja. Dakle, nema nekog vremenskog roka, niti da će se pokvariti na vrućinama, dakle torta može ići na slatki sol ili ako se mafini dekoriraju, dakle prvenstveno je stvar da nema jaja.
There is something more. Meanwhile I'm working, I tell you the story.
Dakle, ispričat ću vam priču. Okay.
If I'm doing Italian meringue or Swiss meringue or whatever with egg whites, I reach a very nice consistency, quite full of air, very nice, I love it. But in the other hand, I have a problem because of the egg whites. But in the other hand, if I try to repeat meringue for 2 or 3 times, I'm losing the volume. Because the egg whites are not whipping 2-3 times. With the quick fondant, we always reach the same consistency.
Dakle, Swiss meringa je vrlo ukusna i s obzirom da je kod nas vrlo popularna, kaže da ako se Swiss meringa 1, 2 do 3 puta prelupa, da gubi volumen. Kod quick fondana se to ne događa. Dakle, ako imate ostatke, ako ga ponovo prelupate, opet ćete dobiti konzistenciju i volumen koji ste imali.
So, maybe later if you want to come over and try to feel it, this is the black buttercream made with a...
Ako želite možda doći pogledati izbliza.
Margarine, so you feel the difference between one and the other.
Možete i sami probati.
But in the end of the day, what I usually ask is, I'm talking about performances.
Dakle, sad priča o performansama samima.
If I do cake for christening, for shower cake, whatever you want to do with this technique, and you are so deep in that, much better than me, by the way, you're looking for performances. If I'm doing this, I need that my buttercream has to be stable. And
dakle, ono što je važno, dakle, kod svih dekoratera torti je to da tražite performanse. Koje su prednosti njene?
And to show how does it perform the buttercream made with a quick fondant, I usually show like this, with this tip, which is very thin, which oblige me to make something very delicate, but very resistant at the same time.
Dakle, on vam sad želi pokazati koje su performanse quick fondana i zašto ga voli i zapravo uvijek radi s ovim nastavkom za šlager, pokazuje stabilnost.
And try to imagine that most of those cakes was made 2-3 days ago before to come over here.
Dakle, većina ovih mafina je napravljena prije 2-3 dana prije nego što su došli ovdje.
And we drove through Italy for hours with different temperature, and this helped me to explain you that we can create a very resistant buttercream because we have to deliver the cakes.
Dakle, priča, ono na što želi staviti naglasak je to da pričamo o vrlo stabilnom buttercreamu jer su se oni 4 sata vozili iz Italije i dalje zapravo ništa se nije promijenilo, a mafini su ukrašeni već 2 dana ovako.
John, I have a question. Yes, tell me. Can I freeze? That's a good question. Can I freeze the buttercream made with quick fondant? May I?
May I? Dakle, da li se može quick fondant zamrzavati?
Yes.
You may.
Yeah, I can. Yes, I can. Absolutely, I can. I can do that with no problem because if I freeze it, it won't crack.
Dakle, ako se smrzava, neće se polomiti, neće ispucati.
It's going to resist without any problem. It's going to resist into refrigerator. When I say these kind of things, I say because I tried, and I'm gonna give you my number. If something get wrong, please send me a text. I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna come over here to fix the problem because it has to work. Freezer and refrigerator as well.
Dakle, i frižider i zamrzivač sve funkcionira. Ako imate nekih problema, Đan će vam dati svoj broj telefona i vrlo rado 24 sata dnevno odgovarati na sva vaša pitanja, jer funkcionira. Evo, on se kune da funkcionira.
Why I say to you that I'm not here for teaching anything because thanks God, right now, if you type in Instagram, something like that, you can see almost everything, which is very helpful for us. Then it's a matter to take the right buttercream, the right tips, and try to make it.
Ok, on kaže uglavnom da vas nije ovdje došao ništa naučiti, jer da je onako većina vas već sve zna, s obzirom i na Instagram, i na Facebook, i na YouTube, dakle imate mogućnosti svi saznat sve i iskušati apsolutno sve recepte. On je ovdje da vam zapravo približi kvalitetu quick fondana.
And I will show you small things because, okay, we have the social media, we can see almost everything, but we have to be very smart. We have to think very fast. Sometimes we have to think to save money and get more money and earn more money and find a compromise. I will tell you why, because this effect, okay, you could like or not, but comes very cheap.
Da, dakle ovo je dekoracija koja je na ovoj torti zapravo, što on govori, da prvenstveno moramo razmišljati o tome da smo brzi, jer zapravo vrijeme je novac. U našem poslu je isključivo vrijeme novac i ono što želimo reći je da moramo biti vrlo brzi i efektivni. Kaže da ova dekoracija ili vam se može sviđati ili ne mora, ali zapravo vrlo jeftina, samo po sebi, a torta je dekorirana.
After the last cupcake, we are going to discuss about that. But I want you to think about, because I'm always trying to find a shortcut, easy solution, not to spend so much money. What I've used for making that.
Dakle, uvijek pokušava pronaći najjeftiniji način za dekoraciju.
€2 to the Chinese shop. Because if we find the right thing, okay, I just fill the mat with the buttercream, I get around the cake, put in the freezer, remove gently, done.
Dakle, ovu traku je kupio u kineskom dućanu i koštala je €2 i kaže da uvijek traži način koji je najjeftiniji moguće da dobije efekt kod dekoriranja torti. Namazao ju je samo sa buttercreamom, zamotao oko torte, stavio u frižider, kad se stisnulo, uzorak je bio fantastičan.
Even cheaper. Because this one comes very nice. So we have the option, I usually cut just the edge of the cake, use the buttercream as I want, carefully. I do like this, first option. Of course, I already cut the right
Ovo je
thing.
još jeftinija varijanta. Isto kaže da namaže sa buttercreamom.
If you are doing fake cakes, it's very easy to make like that. Of course, I'm going to roll up this
Ako radite
way.
stiropor, onda je vrlo jednostavno njima manipulirati.
Otherwise, I will put on a tray 2 minutes into the refrigerator, just 2 minutes to set up. I will be able to pick it up, get around my cake, press it over, freezer half an hour.
Dakle, izreže prvo po visini torte, dakle, neki uzorak, ovo tu su plastični stolnjaci, namaže quick fondant, stavi u frižider, dakle ovako namazano, 2 minute samo malo da ne curi zapravo po samom ovom stolnjaku i čim je on malo stabilniji, prisloni uz tortu, stavi u frižider 15 minuta da se stisne, odlijepi i to je to.
This was just to give you the idea, but if we think a little bit, we can find so many options, so many solutions.
Dakle, ono što vam govorio je da zapravo ako samo malo razmislimo, možemo stvarno vrlo jeftino dekorirati torte, a da budu jako efektne. Dakle, želim vas potaknuti da razmišljate van okvira.
One more option and then we move to the decoration on the cake.
I preporučujem da ga stvarno danas iskoristite. Ima nevjerojatno puno znanja iz bilo kojeg područja što se tiče ovog segmenta slastičarstva i polugotovih proizvoda i dekoriranja i svega. Dakle, što god vam padne na pamet. Ako imate neke nedoumice, pitajte ga danas dok je ovdje.
This is another thing, especially if you are doing numbers. Sometimes, guys, we must do numbers. Again, I have a catering. We have a wedding, I have to do 100 pieces like muffin. Can I do this? No way. I'm getting crazy. Too much money, it costs too much. But sometimes I can take a piping tube.
Dakle, nekad moramo raditi i količine mafina i kaže recimo ili ako imate catering ili nešto, naravno da nećete raditi tipa ovog cvijeta. Dakle, moramo gledati neke nastavke koji su nam malo brži i opet da dobijemo maksimalni efekt u dekoraciji.
I have the effect. Inside is empty, is not going to come very heavy, is going to resist in the freezer. If I have a restaurant, I will store everything -20. In the morning, we have breakfast, everything get out. Let get defrost and done.
Dakle, super je to što možemo mafine napraviti dan prije, staviti ih u zamrzivač, jutro ih izvadite i dakle, spremni su za konzumiranje, a iznutra, dakle, ovo je takav nastavak da je iznutra kao fluffy, prazan je i nije preteška krema.
As you understand, there are several techniques. Something that probably you already know, but just to show you, so we move.
Dakle, on nam želi pokazati čim više ovih tehnika, čisto da dobite neku inspiraciju, ideju.
Because here it's a matter to share ideas as well.
Jer i poanta ove radionice i prezentacije je da podijelimo ideje.
This technique for making flowers, I'm learning, honestly. I just see...
Dakle, ovo su ruski nastavci za cvjetovi, kaže da ih još uvijek uči, nije ni sam tata Mata u tome, ali evo ga.
I'm learning how to play with the colors, how to make the flowers, how does it perform the buttercream, but once we learn, we can make free floor cake, piping flowers very easy. It's just a matter to focus, to take, let's say, 20 minutes, half an hour, and learn, and try it.
Naglasak je na tome da i on i dalje uči i zapravo i dalje se igra sa teksturama, kombinacijama boja i dalje iskušava.
I'm doing fast just to give you the idea that you can combine colors. Of course, you could take the time to make regular lines all around to have a beautiful effect.
Dakle, vidjeli ste i na Instagramu ili na YouTubeu već da vuku one linije onih boja i zapravo on sad to kombinira da čim brže da može pokazati što sve možete napraviti ako samo izmiješate.
What I learned for sure is the fact that we can buy the Russian tips but it's not true that everyone works. Some of them looks very nice, but it doesn't work to me. I tried many times, still no results.
Da, kaže da ima tih ruskih nastavaka jako puno i da jednostavno neki ne funkcioniraju. On kaže da je probao više manje sve, ali jednostavno veli, neki ne rade. Neki su dobri, neki ne. Koliko god puta da je probao, koliko god da se trudi, jednostavno neki ne rade. Super je ideja, ali...
Getting back to the people with the restaurant doing numbers, even on your pastry shop.
Dakle, ponovo se vraća na taj dio kod ljudi koji imaju restorane ili catering ili zapravo neke veće proizvodnje koji moraju jako puno napraviti malih stvari u kratkom periodu vremenskom.
Meni nikad nije ispalo s tim nastavima taj nastavan.
Ali jeste probali sa quick fondanom?
I cannot show you, it's quite a secret. No, this one. There are many, these Russian tips are beautiful, are very clever, because I can pipe over many things. This is very helpful for the time. This one as well, this one takes more, but of course the result is different. Let's move like that. And then, next step. We're gonna talk about the real cakes.
We're
gonna talk about the real cakes.
Aha, pričat ćemo o pravim tortama. Nećemo o stiroporima.
Otherwise, we only show polystyrene.
Ovo je torta koju je nafilao jutros.
And let me do like this. We're gonna make clean. This one I'm gonna leave if someone want to fill it for later. I don't need it. We don't need it now. Sì, I'm gonna beat acqua. Give me just a second, sorry. Okay.
Ko da znamo čim pričati.
We are discussing about real cakes. I know that you know. I know that you know better than me, for sure. Most of you are already doing some cakes like that. But maybe I see so many young people in front of me, maybe they didn't try, and it's something to share together to have my impression with your impression.
Dakle, on se želi pričati o pravim tortama i zna da vi svi već imate iskustva, ali eto, možda nešto novo saznate i nešto novo naučite.
We have the traditional way for making shower cake or things like that, and working with buttercream. Sometimes I don't care what I have inside. Okay? What I mean, this is a cake. I could fill even with the mousse. I don't care. But I know that with buttercream I can play. Doesn't matter what I have inside.
Kaže zapravo da nije bitno čime je torta filana, veli da kaže da može biti i mus, a bitno mu je da je izvana quick fondant s kojim se može igrati.
It could be custard cream.
Može biti slastičarska krema.
Chantilly. There are so many options. What I need you to understand is that doesn't matter what I have underneath. When I'm doing this decoration, it works always like that.
Kaže da ova dekoracija koju će nam sad pokazati uvijek pali i uvijek je moguće napraviti ju. Nebitno je o tome koja je vrsta torte, koja je vrsta kreme unutra, kaže da o tome ne ovisi.
Sorry for a minute. And I missed the only one, which is white somewhere, somehow. Here, got it. As you can see, inside here we have buttercream, by the way, a cake with buttercream. If I can tell you my way that I prefer, I usually work with the refrigerator instead of the blast chiller or the freezer. Because in a refrigerator, the buttercream get hard, but it let me the time to work the way I prefer. But if you prefer the blast chiller or the freezer, I don't care. Nothing changed to me, because in a freezer, everything get hard, so it's gonna be easier as well.
Dakle, tortu, ovo unutra krema koju je koristio, s obzirom da je to filo jutro, je buttercream, ali neovisno o tome vi možete koristiti što želite i kaže da on više voli kad stavlja buttercream stavljati tortu u frižider, jer se jače se stvrdne i kompaktnija je. Ona se brže stvrdne ako stavite u zamrzivač, ali on evo više voli ovaj tradicionalni način u frižideru jer mu jednostavno dozvoljava više vremena da radi na torti.
I usually start with the first simple layer like that. Mostly I do even the top, like this.
Dakle, uvijek počinje sa ovim prvim slojem, kad lagano samo premaže tortu.
And what I usually suggest is to start to make the first layer, make the batter you can for making smooth. Thanks God we have the turntable.
On uvijek preporuča da se prvi sloj stavi čim glađe.
We start to fix the edges and try to smooth the batter we can. But usually I don't do in one shot. I do first row like that, okay. Then I do the edges. I set up a little bit in refrigerator, freezer, blast chiller, wherever you like, and then I move forward to the final decoration.
Dakle, nikad ne završava od prve, uvijek stavi prvi sloj, prvo nanese gornji dio, zatim sa strane, pusti da se ohladi malo i onda nanosi drugi sloj.
Of course, for sure you are very good making this. Take your time to make it the better you can, because this makes the difference on the nice cake or in an ugly one.
Zapravo preporučujem da se uzmete vrijeme i da napravite lijepo tortu na svoj način, jer je to naravno što razlikuje lijepo od ružne torte.
You can do by palette knife, by the piping bag, I don't care.
Dakle, možete raditi ili sa dresirkom ili sa paletarom, neovisno o tome, rezultat je uvijek isti.
For example, if you use the blast chiller, while doing this, probably you will find the buttercream getting hard too fast. So you must be quick while working. In this case, I prefer to use the freezer or the refrigerator.
Dakle, on svakako preporučuje da se koristi frižider, jer u suprotnom se torte previše se stvrdno, jednostavno imate premalo vremena raditi na njima. Ako stavite u zamrzivač ili u blast chiller.
Okay. Now we'll start to fix the details. In here, I don't have enough. I'm gonna do like this, like that. And little by little, I will start to get around and around and around. Okay. At this point, you see, I will try to fix here, maybe. What is important to me is to fix the edges like that.
Dakle, pokušava popraviti ove sve dijelove gdje fali buttercreama, pogotovo vrh.
But from now, instead to waste hours and hours to continue to get around and around, what I usually do, I got back to the blast chiller in this case, very helpful, 5 minutes, make the buttercream harder, get out and do it again, because the underneath will be cold and it's gonna be much easier to smooth everything perfectly.
Dakle, sad će prvo staviti u blast chiller da se stisne 5 minuta, da mu bude lakše nanijeti drugi sloj i da je može poravnati. enough.
Okay, we're gonna put quickly into the blast chiller. Okay. Why I took out this? Because these are very helpful. I guess that you already know. And we have so many options for making decorations. It's up to you. There are a few ways. Even for that one, there are some that I prefer, some that I don't like, because to me it comes always the same effect. I don't understand the difference between one and the others. But I usually choose the one that I like, which usually is this one, that one and two, and this one too. There are three very nice. Or the classic option, you are all young, but this kind of effect we were using 20, 30 years ago when I started to work. This was something very common.
Kaže da su ovo nastavci koje najviše voli, neke od ovih kombinira češće, neke rijeđe, ove koje vam je pokazao, to su najčešće njegov izbor i brzi su za dekoraciju.
And then I would like to show you small things, how I did that, and also the decoration. What I want to fix now, because it's going to be the next step during this presentation, is everything I'm going to show you now is something that you can create with another lapped product. Okay?
Dakle, ono što vam želi pokazati je ovu dekoraciju na kojem je sad obratio pažnju i želim vam pokazati još jedan proizvod s kojim možete vrlo slično raditi, a nije quick fondant.
And try to think that most of this effect, let's say 70 to 80% of this decoration and this effect, we can do exactly the same with our mousse mix.
Kaže da 70 do 80% dekoracije koje možemo raditi sa quick fondanom se može raditi sa njihovim polugotovim proizvodom mousse mix.
I will show you the mousse
Dakle, to
mixes.
je miks kojim se dobiva mus. Ali imaju jako puno okusa i vrlo su ukusni.
But we are talking about something different. Another option. Okay?
Dakle, ali pričamo o nešto sasvim drugačijem, ali da imate još jednu opciju.
I want to give answer to my customers. And I will tell you why. Because you have customers coming in and say, I want this, which is going to be something with the sugar paste. I must be able to answer and say, okay, let's do it, no problem. I want to do that. I have to know how to make it. Sometimes we have the chance to propose something different, and this effect, that effect, or this effect, I can do even with the mousse, which is something different, something new, and I can do thanks to the lapped product because it makes you able for making with that.
On kaže da želi udovoljiti naravno svojim kupcima i da im želi uvijek ponuditi nešto novo. Dakle, ima kupaca koji će tražiti torte sa šećernim macama, kupci koji će tražiti torte sa quick fondanom. A kaže da se zapravo ova dekoracija i ova i još nešto tamo može dobiti sa tim majmusom. Dakle, ukusnije je, a ovoga također se brzo radi s njim.
You know, in the end of the day, another reason why I say I'm here to share, I don't care if it takes to me 1 hour for making this because I don't know the technique. I must know it. Then maybe to you, which is better than me, it takes 2 minutes for making something like that. To me, it's going to take 5, but I will answer to my customers because they are looking for answers. And the big trouble that we face, I guess that you agree, they come in with a phone and say, I want this. If you don't know, they go somewhere else.
Iskreno ni ne znam šta bi sad tu prevela. Kaže jednostavno da želi udovoljiti svojim kupcima, jer ako im on ne udovolji, zapravo će uvijek otići nekom drugom, tako da samim time želi ponuditi opcije.
I usually again do the second layer smooth and then I move to the decoration I'm looking for.
Dakle, najčešće zagladi ovaj drugi sloj i onda kreće na dekoraciju koju želi.
As you can see, the better, the more I press, the faster I do. It starts to come very smooth, little by little. And this is due to the temperature, how much I leave in the freezer. If I leave it for 5 minutes more, it would be more easy again. From now,
Da je ostavio još 5 minuta dulje, bilo bi još lakše zagladiti tortu. Primijetili ste dakle da čim više zaglađuju, tekstura je sve glađa.
And then I start to make like that. I try to be the more precise I can. And then the more you turn on, the more clean is coming.
Dakle, čim više okrećete i vrtite i skidate sa nastavkom, to su uredniji
Another
linije.
thing that I try to pay the more attention I can is on the fact that depending on the temperature of the cake, I feel a different effect. For example, in here it's coming nice but not perfect. That means that the buttercream is getting quite hard and not smooth. I should wait for a couple of minutes. Rising the temperature, and it comes much.
S obzirom da se sad torta smrzavala, pa mu ne izlaze lijepo ove linije, mora pričekati koju minutu da se malo zgrije zapravo buttercream da bi mu linije bile ljepše. Jer jednostavno od ispod previše stišće, a ovaj gornji dio samo skida.
You see, the cake was moving on the turntable because it's hard. It's getting hard. And we don't have to get scared about it and say, okay, it's not coming, I did a mistake, and so on. Temperatures. No fear, no problem. Take your time, do it wise. Okay? And little by little, the temperature is going to make it better and better and better. At this point, I won't stay like this for 2 minutes to turn. I will wait for a while, and then I will move forward. I guess you can see that little by little is getting better.
Quick fondant jednostavno se temperira čim više stoji vani i...
Next. It's nice to play with this because you can erase everything and make other things.
Kaže da se lijepo igrati s ovim jer zapravo uvijek može sve izbrisati i krenuti nanovo. A ima vremena koliko hoće.
To show you different effects, by the way.
I želim pokazati drugačiju teksturu.
So I'm going to smooth again.
Ponovo će zagladiti.
Same concept, same things. You see? It means please wait for me. Okay? And we're going to wait, of course, because I want to show you the end. We're going to smooth again.
Ponovo će zagladiti.
And I will take the time to show you one more option,
I pokazat ću vam još jednu opciju.
which is the one that I did in there. Better if you do with a round tip instead to use as it is.
Bolje ako radite sa okruglim nastavkom za šlag nego samo ovako.
If you are good with the distances, it's fine. Otherwise, please take some points.
Dakle, ako ste dobri u određivanju odokativnih metoda, ok, ako ne, onda uzmite neku mjeru s kojom ćete odrediti iste razmake.
Then, with a small ones more like that, not this one, we're gonna push like this
Dakle,
and make
sa
it
manjom
down.
špatulom.
Push, down, push, down, push, down. And other options, just to talk about it, I could do 1, 2, 3 for the next row. Don't do like this, do it with the right tips, no tips or with the
Dakle,
wrong
on vam
one.
sad samo improvizira, ali vam želi pokazati što sve možete.
I want just to share different ways for making.
Samo želi pokazati različite načine na koje se može raditi ova dekoracija.
Same technique. And of course, we're going to have different shades.
I naravno dobit ćemo drugačije nijanse.
Then, another option, which I really love,
I još jedna opcija koju jako volim.
we're going to bring back to the center. We're going to smooth again.
Ponovo će zagladiti.
Okay. Again, the more precise you are, the better the
I
cake
ponovo
is
što
coming
ste
out.
precizniji u nanošenju, to će vam biti ljepše.
And if you feel, and this is another good thing, if you feel that you don't like, you want more color, you are still on time to play with that.
Iako vam se ne sviđa boja, ako zaključite da nije to što ste željeli, možete opet dodati boju.
And of course, I'm going to have more yellow onto my cake.
I naravno samim time ću imati više žute na torti.
Next step,
Sljedeći korak,
tips.
nastavci za šlag.
Till now, is everything clear?
Do sad je sve jasno.
Very good.
Odlično.
When we do that, it's exactly the same what I said before while making the muffins. I need the performances, because getting around and making the effects doesn't matter. Yes, we need of the quality of the buttercream, no cracks, no nothing, but this one is something technique. Temperature, technique, and things like that. In here, we need of a structure. We're gonna do things like this, opening.
Dakle, za ovaj gornji dio vam je najvažniji nastavak koji koristite, a sa strane za ovaj bočni dio temperatura torte, temperatura quick fondana i tehnika. Zapravo ono na što želi staviti naglasak je da za ovaj gornji dio vam ne treba tehnika, nego samo dobar nastavak.
And when we're gonna do these effects, I need something that lasts, especially on the edges, when I'm doing like this. Last but not least,
Dakle, ideja je nebrojena.
a classic star decoration.
Posljednja klasična zvijezdasta dekoracija.
This helped me to show you again how much you keep the consistency, not getting fluffy, being stable. Doesn't matter what the butter that I used. And then I'm just doing decoration as they come.
Dakle, želim vam pokazati koliko stabilna može biti dekoracija sa quick fondanom.
Because even for that, you will see how much clearer the lines are coming.
Dakle, želim vam obratiti pažnju na to koliko su čiste linije kada ih provlači kroz nastavak i koliko su prozračne.
Okay, and we can move forward and do whatever we want. What I want to fix with you is doing like this, making like that, doing like this, using the pipes, the tubes and everything. I need something strong, resistance, and I think quick fondant is the answer.
Dakle, za ovakvu dekoraciju vam treba nešto čvrsto i stabilno, a on misli da je odgovor quick fondana.
I will get back, now we move forward, I will get back on this, because now I tell you, it's frozen inside, I felt that it's quite strong. I want to get back when the temperature is better. Because if we are able to do like this and like that, it has to be able in here.